Good morning, Joshua.
Good morning, Joshua. You've been covering the Nnamdi Kanu case, and we have quite a lot of developments there. I mean, there are talks about the ESN, and also I believe the judge reprimanded one of Nnamdi Kanu's lawyers for the use for his post on social media. Can you bring us up to speed with some of this development?
Well, aside with remanding one of Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer, the judge, Justice James Omotosho, actually remanded both counsels representing the prosecution and the defense. Now, he was not happy at the pace which the case is running. And according to him, he said Nnamdi Kanu has been in detention for so long and he needs justice as soon as possible. He also factored in the fact that Federal High Court judges will be going for a 2 months vacation. That is to happen in July. And if the case is not conducted and concluded before then, Nnamdi Kanu will still remain in detention. And he's not pleased with that. So he gave both counsels, that's the defense counsel and the prosecution counsel, deadline. For the prosecution counsel, he gave them 6 days to finalize and close their case. And the defense counsel was not left out. He said after completion of the case of the prosecution, the defense counsel has 9 days to conclude its case, or is going to consider the case concluded for them. That aside, he made the witness brought forward by the DSS made some right-breaking statements in court yesterday. He gave a clear comparison comparing ESN and Amotekun. You know, Amotekun is the regional security outfit in the southwest. ESN is actually the paramilitary arm of the IPOB. Earlier, when Nnamdi Kanu was questioned, he said that the ESN is just a paramilitary arm that is defending their mothers, their sisters, in farmland. Well, the witness came forward in court yesterday and told the court that you cannot compare the ESN and Amotekun. The ESN is illegal because of the entity IPOB, according to what he said, that it has been proscribed. He went forward to compare Amotekun. He said Amotekun had laws backing them from state government as well as state houses of assembly that had given Amotekun backing that you cannot compare the two. Well, that was while the prosecution counsel was leading the witness in a re-examination. Well, one thing that played out in court yesterday was the fact that a flash drive was presented by the defense counsel, and in that flash drive, they had 3 particular videos, one of which the DSS Director General was speaking. The second one was the one of former Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General T.Y. Danjuma, and the third one was that of the governor of Imo State, Governor Hope Uzodimma. In the first video, you could hear the DSS Director General saying that communities was the first line of defense, that they should defend themselves, but not grabbing arms without legal authority or legal backing. He went forward to play the second video, that is of T.Y. Danjuma. The one of T.Y. Danjuma was quite ground shaking and earthquaking. Why? Because T.Y. Danjuma actually called on the people that they should take arms and defend themselves. That if you're expecting the police to help you, in his words, and I quote, you will all die. That actually caused quite some echoes in court. And aside that, the video played of the governor of Imo State, that is Governor Hope Uzodimma, some time ago, while making comments on the death of former presidential aide Ahmed Boula, he actually pinpointed some particular people as those responsible for the killing of Southeast, in Imo State, particularly in Olu. He said that you cannot associate IPOB with the death of these individuals, that for so long they've been experiencing the death of some politicians, that these politicians were APC politicians. He actually fingered the opposition, saying these guys were responsible and not the IPOB. What the defense counsel is trying to use those videos to do is to puncture the case of the prosecution that claimed that after the series of broadcasts that Nnamdi Kanu made, those issues started emerging, those killings started emerging. So that is what the defense counsel was trying to do with those videos yesterday in court.
Wow. Right. Very insightful, I must say. Very, very insightful. But permit me to ask, before Olive also throws in a question. In all of this, there was also a statement made yesterday that one of the counsel to Nnamdi Kanu was warned Can you shed more light on that? They said he was talking on social media. So did you get any information on that?
Yes. That particular counsel is no other person than Aloy Ejimako. Well, Aloy Ejimako was reprimanded concerning some posts he made on social media, which the counsel representing the prosecution, that is the person of Adegboyega Olomo, wrote a letter to Kanu Agabi, that's the lead counsel for Nnamdi Kanu. He complained bitterly that Aloy Ejimako was making series of inflammatory posts telling Biafrans to rise against the prosecution of Nnamdi Kanu. And he said this would cause further problem for the case and escalate issues. Well, the judge on his own part warned that he doesn't want a social media trial. And the only reason he's giving audiences to people to come into the court is to observe that the proceedings is free, clean, and fair. And he wants an accelerated hearing so Nnamdi Kanu can get justice and be done with. So he actually reprimanded Aloy Ejimako and told Aloy Ejimako that this particular act would get things is bad if it should continue. Well, Kanu Agabi, in his actual manner, begged the court, apologized to the court, and reprimanded, right there in court, reprimanded Aloy Ejimako for making such posts and warned him of if such issues are going to arise in the future, that is going to be disciplined.
All right, so what are the next steps in this case with Nnamdi Kanu? What should we expect?
Well, we are expecting the prosecution to bring forth more witnesses to substantiate their claim of alleged terrorism. And they have just few days to do that, 6 days. And if they don't do that within that 6 days, their case will be closed automatically, and the defense will open its case and bring forth the evidence, the exhibits, witnesses, and claims they have to prove that Nnamdi Kanu is not guilty of this alleged terrorism act.
This accelerated hearing, I think there's really something to say about it, because this is the quickest we've seen this matter being handled in the years that it's quote unquote been in court. So,
but unfortunately, like Joshua said, the High Court judges are going on recess for 2 months, and it's going to affect the court proceedings.
Anyway,
Basically, though it might be accelerated in the eyes of Nigerians, but in the eyes of the judge and his wisdom, he's seeing that it's stalling. I don't know why he said that, because he said it had been on for 3 months, and he actually promised that this was going to be an accelerated hearing. But unfortunately, he has a different opinion as regards to the speed and the pace of the case. So, well, the court is always in its wisdom.
all right. Immarayi, Joshua, thank you for being with us this morning. It's always a delight to have you.
It's a pleasure.
All right, let's now bring you the newspaper front pages. The Daily Independent is our first paper this morning. PDP, others dead. Just empty vessels left behind, says President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We saw that yesterday at the APC summit that was held. He says he's optimistic of more defections to APC. Johansson, will you be defecting to the APC?
I don't know what you mean by that, if I would. Okay. I mean, I'm not a politician, so I have no political leanings.
I'm a broadcaster. We're neutral. I have no political leanings. I belong to
everybody and
Nigerian
nobody.
People's Party.
Remember the president who said that I'm for everybody and I'm for nobody.
Nobody. Yeah.
The president still declares that the party didn't force anybody to join them. APC governors, National Assembly leadership endorsed Tinubu for 2027. What we are doing to make Nigeria safer by Ribadu. Tinubu's endorsement sign off on ease within APC according to COP. Nigeria now prime investment.
APC will reply that. Tinubu's endorsement sign off on ease with APC, says COP, and I'm sure APC will respond to that and say, well, that's their cup of tea.
Hey, don't leave me. I see what you're doing there. I see what you did there.
Nigeria now prime investment destination, says Shetima. We would like to see figures. We would like to see some of these companies that are investing in spite of the security challenges and also economic challenges there. But that's good news if we can verify that.
Yes, it will.
Northern Democrats joined forces against Tinubu. What? Tinubu asked NMPCL board to consolidate gains of economic reform. And headsman attack claims 2 soldiers to civilians. in Benue. Sad news there.
Really sad.
And good news, depending on which side of the aisle you are, but majority of Nigerians, of course, would want to pay a cheaper PMS price. Dangote Refinery reduces PMS price to 875 naira per litre. Okay, that's still very expensive. Very long for the days of 65 naira per litre.
Dream on.
Yeah.
Still on the front page of the Daily Independent, we're seeing here, federal government files criminal charges against suspended Senator Natasha. Court admits DSS DG Uzodimma Danjuma videos in Nnamdi Kanu's defense.